to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this here a scrunchy headband. So for this I'm going to be using this one here, and then this here, and then this here. I'm going to insert the measurement and width of each one on the screen. So for this here, you can use the width you want. You can use 10 inches of width if you want it like a lot of puffiness. You can use 7 inches or 7 inches of width. I'm using about almost 8 inches of width here, and then I'm also using about so this is my casing here. I'm using 3 inches of width and length of about 15 inches. This one here is going to be the one I'm going to pass inside of it, which is going to be about 14 inches long, and then just 2 inches of width, and then my elastic. For the elastic, you can decide to use, it depends. So this elastic depends on the casing you're using. I'm using 3 inches because when I fold it into two, I need half an inch to sew the ends together. So if I fold 3 inches into two, I'm going to have 1.5 on each side. So once folded into two, I'm going to use half an inch to sew it. So I'm going to be left with 1 inch inside. So it depends on you, the elastic you want to use, but just know that if you use exactly 1 inch of elastic, it's going to be too tight inside it, so it will restrict the movement. So you might want to use about 3/4 width of elastic. Or if you decide you want to use 1 inch of elastic, maybe then make your casing about 3.5 to so that when you move it, so it can be able to move freely. But 3.5 will be okay for 1 inch elastic. So guys, all you have to do is just to fold it and sew down on a straight line across like that, and then fold the second one, which is going to be the casing for the elastic, on a straight line like that. So I've gone ahead and made my straight stitch, and then made the straight stitch for the casing. I'm just going to go ahead and flip it out and flip this. So all I have to do now is just to flip it over right side out. So I'm going to do that now. After that, you also go ahead and iron it straight. You can see I flipped it right side. So all I did now is just to make sure that the seam is at the center. So you can see where I joined it. It's not on this side, it's not at the top, it's not at the bottom. I just made sure to have the seam right at the center. I ironed it down, flipped the one for the elastic, ironed it down. So I'm going to pass this elastic inside of this one, and then I'm going to use this extra fabric that we cut out. Remember, we had 3 fabrics here. One is going to be the ruffle, one is going to be the casing for the elastic, and then the third fabric is just to pass in inside of the big one, just to give you that scrunchiness, and that's the one that is 2 inches of width. So I'm going to pass this inside of this now to pull it together. So guys, I've passed this inside here, so I'm going to sew it down at this end and sew it down at this end. So guys, now I've sewn down this one close. So you see it has ruffled this fabric inside now. So now the next one I'm going to do is to pass this inside of the elastic. This is the casing for the elastic. So the same thing I did for this one, I'm going to pass the elastic. So guys, now I have my elastic here, so you can see my elastic now. So all I have to do is to take this one here. So this is the wrong side with the line. I'm just going to take it the way it is, and I'm going to just place this one. So I'm going to also place this one here. This is the part of it with the line too. So I'm just going to place the part with the line and on the wrong side here, and then this one here also on the wrong side. And then I'm going to just take this here, cover it up this way. So just use this here to cover this up like this, and then I'm going to sew it down. The same thing on this end too. I'm going to just fold it this way, put it inside like this, cover it like this here, and sew it down. So guys, I've sewn it down. I've also sewn this one down. So now all I have to do is just to flip it out this way. So I'm going to just remove it from where it was. So now I'm flipping it to the right side. So this is how it's done. So now I have my scrunchie here. So all you have to do is just to move it around enough, and then you have the two that I made. As you can see, the ruffle on this one is smaller, so I used about 7 inches width for this one, and then I used 8 inches width for this one. So it depends on you how big you want your ruffle to be. So that's how you're going to get it. So you just have to ruffle it up to help give you that puff that you need. So that's basically it for this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.